This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. I believe I have fixed my technical issues with my stubborn computer, so I'm going to reset and we'll begin the net. Hello and welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. I'm Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar is my call sign, and I am your net control operator. My pronouns are she, her. This is a roundtable for general discussions and friendly chats. Please direct all calls through the net control station. We meet every Sunday at 2 a.m. coordinated to Universal Time. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If there is an emergency at any time, please say break, break, and we will assist you promptly. This net provides a safe place for members of the LGBTQIA+ community and their allies to connect over the airwaves. It is open to all licensed amateur radio operators without the need for membership. We also welcome third-party traffic. Speaking of memberships, the Pride Radio Group provides an inclusive environment for learning, experimenting, and enjoying radio communications. We encourage, promote, and support diversity within the wider radio community. We share our experiences and knowledge, celebrate Pride on the air, and welcome all individuals. To learn more about the Pride Radio Group, join us and gain access to our Discord chat room, visit prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. You can also check out on QRZ either Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf or Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf. Membership is free and all are welcome regardless of who you are and who you love, unless you harbor hatred towards us, of course. This net is being relayed on the Pride Radio Network and its affiliated systems, including Allstar, Echolink, IRLP, DMR, YSF Reflector, WiresX, M17, NXDN, P25, D-Star, and Zello. It is also streamed live on Broadcastify, Icecast, and my YouTube channel, searchable by my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. For information on how to connect to this network or access our live streams, visit prideradionetwork.com. That is prideradionetwork.com. You can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger for Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. That is netlogger.org. NetLogger allows you to log into the net, view real-time call signs, and actively participate. For Android and iPhone users, you may download On-Air Net Scraper instead. That is On-Air Net Scraper. Now, before we start tonight's net, does anyone have news, announcements, or other items to share with the net and the Pride Radio Group?
VK3JD.
Alright, VK3JD, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, okay, just had to wait for an announcement at my end to finish, which it has. Yeah, announcement is I am working on getting my tunnelled 44 net IP subnet back up. There's some fairly complex routing involved, and I'm terminating the network on the same server as everything else. And as Yakov has just discovered, and I've just fixed the routing needs a little tweaking, but I've fixed it for the majority of users that might be affected. So, yeah, there might be a few little bumps along the way, and I've got to work out exactly how I'm going to solve some of the issues, but when it's all up, I'll be able to run amateur-facing applications on the network here, and eventually gate that to RF and have them available to any other part of that global network, which is mostly isolated from the internet. Anyway, KJ7RMO, the group VK3JD, probably not making a lot of sense, but yeah, stay tuned to the 44 channel in the Discord for updates.
Alrighty, thank you for that. And just to clarify, are you actually fixing a few issues, so you're going to shut down your part of the network for a bit in order to fix it?
No, any issues at this point are purely routing changes, which can be done on the fly, like I did to allow Yakov and probably a heap of other potential users to connect. As you know, as a Linux user, routing changes take place immediately. No rebooting required.
Oh, alright, not a problem. Any other news, announcements, or items of business before we get started with the net?
For NYX with a comment announcement for this week's Secure Net.
Alright, go for it.
For all stations monitoring, either from the Pride Radio Network side or from the local side here, we do have a connected RS link. It's on 147.420 megahertz, PL tone 136.5, hosted out of the Ham Radio Village at DEFCON 31. And given the note for anyone listening on local RF, that's the PL tone to get in. And we'd love to hear some new voices on the Pride Radio Group net. If you're here listening and want to join in, would like to hear you. We'll toss that back to Net Control. This is November 4, November Yankee X-Ray.
Alright, thank you very much for that. Do we have any other announcements or items of business for the net before we get started? Already hearing nothing. Let me reset for a moment so that I could switch windows here, and we'll begin. Alrighty, now that I've switched to the correct window on my computer, let's move on to check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. We'll begin with mobile stations, those short on time, and those who plan to participate briefly. And this also means in and out stations. If you fall into any of these categories, please come forward with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Feel free to share your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins from mobile, time-constrained, and brief stations.
This is N8 FCC November 8 Foxtrot Charlie Charlie time constraint.
Alright, November 8, Foxtrot Charlie Charlie, got you down as short on time. Who else is out there who is mobile, short on time, or in and out? I gotta redo this stinking chat GPT.
This is N8HR checking in and out.
November 8, Hotel Romeo, got your in and out down. Who else is out there who is mobile, short on time, and in and out, or in and out?
D8 Zulu, India, India, W8 ZII, in and out.
Whiskey 8 Zulu, India, I think. Did I get that correct?
QSL, W8ZII.
Alrighty, got your in and out. To the in and out station so far, thanks for stopping by on 7-3. Any other mobile, short on time, and in and out stations? Alrighty, let's go ahead and work with what we got. November 8, Foxtrot Charlie Charlie, go ahead and take it. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
N8 FCC, I am in and out, but I would like to say hello from Las Vegas and DEFCON 30. The Ham Radio Village sends their regards. Oh wait, no, never mind, we're at DEFCON 31. Anyways, this is November 8 Foxtrot Charlie Charlie, signing off. Have a fantastic evening.
Alrighty, N8FCC, thank you for your check-in from the DEFCON 30 event, and 7-3 to you. Alright, let's resume taking check-ins. This time, we're going to take check-ins from anyone, anywhere, so regardless if you're mobile or not, doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may also share us your pronouns if you'd like. We have VK3JED checked in, and N4NYX also checked in. Please come now if you'd like to be added to this list.
Kilo 7, November Whiskey Uniform, KK7, NWU. He, him are my pronouns.
All right, Kilo 7, November Whiskey Uniform. We got you down. Who else is out there wishing to check in?
This is KC3 VIU Kilo Charlie 3 Victor India Uniform BB She Her in Stevens, Pennsylvania.
Woo! Alrighty, KC3 VIU got you down. Who else is out there? Do we have any other station wishing to check in at this time? Please come now.
Yeah, this is KK7NLM, just checking out some of the Echolink notes tonight. How are you?
Alrighty, Kilo 7, November, Lima, November, got you down. Who else is out there wishing to check into the net? Alrighty, one more call for check-ins. Anybody out there wishing to check in, please come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Alrighty, for those of you who cannot make it on voice, you may also check in via the YouTube live stream. You could find that by searching for my call sign, of course. You can also check in via Discord, Mastodon. You can check in via NetLogger if you're logged into that. You can also email me your check-in. You could find that information out by going to my QRZ.com page. Or alternatively, you can go to my website, which is listed on QRZ, and you can find my email there. Or, you know what, better yet, I'll just read it on the air. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, KJ7OMO at gmail.com, KJ7OMO at gmail.com, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar at gmail.com. And you can also check in via WinLink. I will accept WinLink check-ins as well. And if you know me personally on the various other social media sites out there, you can check in via that as well. And if you are not a licensed ham, well, I encourage you to get your license and to have fun on the airs once you do. But in the meantime, you could still check in via YouTube, Discord, social media, and email. Alright, with that out of the way, VK3JED, you're first up, KJ7OMO. Take it away, Tony.
Yeah, okay, I was just checking last station, took a while to unkey. And I know that you can do full duplex, so I had to wait till that long over was finished and the carrier dropped to see if it was going to go away. Otherwise I would have sent you something on Discord, but looks like they found the problem. Yeah, track for Windows Echolink client users. Yeah, Windows focus switching can get in the way, especially if you're using the space bar. I always like to use the mouse. That way you don't get caught out by focus shifts and find that you can't unkey. Anyway, what's news here? Yeah, as I said, been playing around with my Net44 tunnelled system. My previous gateway suddenly failed with the routing daemon segfaulting for unknown reasons, but that's a rather tired old pie, and I think I have a better way of doing things now. That'll be cleaner when I've finished it up. Yeah, I've got to put in some routing exceptions so that I don't knock out, like I did to myself and to Yakov, legitimate connections. I've done it temporarily. I just got to put it into the script, so next time the system starts that, it lets those connections through. Yeah, bit of head scratching. It's not fully operational. I've got another unrelated problem. As I said, I'm working with a developer on that to see where it is. I left them the kernel version and the command line. Hopefully that illuminates something. Anyway, yeah, not a lot of radio playing, still lacking antennas here. Haven't had a chance to sort that out, and time is now starting to become an issue as well. Yeah, work hours are starting to creep up. We're down a few, so getting plenty of shifts, really good for the money side of things, but yeah, the trade-off is not as much time. And yeah, one of the things, I have got the e-bike, and even in a relatively small city, there's enough traffic that yeah, it's not that much slower than a car really, and it's fairly easy to get around, so yeah, loving it. And it's a lot cheaper to run too. And stripped all the stuff out of the car, so that's now ready to be officially retired. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
Alright, VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. I don't have any comments at this time, so we'll toss it right over to November Yankee X-Ray.
Well, I'll have to try to keep this short. It's been a long day, and I'll get around to walking around. And as you can imagine, Vegas is got a lot of buildings that are in the way of a lot of things, so I don't know how much I'll be able to listen into the rest of the net, so I might have you consider me as in and out. But yeah, glad to be here at DEF CON, showing radio and indoctrinating, or even encouraging people into the hobby. And I guess another note for you too is within the last week, I think it was Wednesday, I ran a inaugural exam session for amateur radio license under the K3 PRG call sign here in America as an exam team, and got one applicant passed and license. Call sign has been issued, and looking forward to doing more with Pride Radio Group. Anyway, that's my comments, and like I said, I'm going to try to run around, listen in as I can, as long as nothing blocks the signal, and might as well consider me in and out for the rest of the net as I get on with that, and wish everyone else the best of their rest of the day. And for NYX, back to net control.
Alright, and for NYX from KJ7OMO returning. Thanks for checking in, and yeah, thank you so much for getting for promoting our group and getting those getting the new ham licensed under our group, and also for introducing us to the Ham Radio Village DEFCON folks. One of these days I wouldn't mind being a volunteer examiner, but I gotta try and get my extra class tickets somehow. I'm struggling a lot with that, but eventually I'll get there. Anyways, 3373 and all the numbers to you, and we'll catch you next time, hopefully. KK, Kilo 7, November, Whiskey Uniform from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it over to you.
KK7NWU. On Echolink, this is my first ever net I've ever participated in, so I'm just going to sit here and listen, and back to you.
Alrighty, not a problem. KC3VIU from KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it.
This is KC3VIU, Phoebe. Interesting things happening this week. I wanted to bring up certainly one of them. I got this battery backup from my computer system, the routers and whatnot else, but instead of going the route of plugging it into the wall or generating AC, storing it into batteries, then converting it to AC, then plugging in your wall word, converting it back down to DC. These little things, and I'm going to post it in the Discord. I was hoping to get that done. Connections, so if you want to power other things that might be related to that, you can drive those things, and it's really neat. I trust the brand immensely because I've been using their stuff now for like 4 years, and it's unbelievably durable, just like crazy stuff, like really crazy durable. So, hope to get that stuff plugged in. I got it all charged up, but seems like I'm not. I need to force some downtime to get this stuff plugged in. I mean, it's only going to take 5 minutes, but still, it's like I keep doing things that require the network. So, hi. So anyway, back to net control, KC3. KC3VIU, Phoebe. Interesting things happening this week. I wanted to bring up something, one of them. I got this battery backup from my computer system, the routers and whatnot else, but instead of going the route of plugging it into the wall or generating AC, storing it into batteries, and converting it to AC, then plugging in your wall word, converting it back down to DC. These little things, and I'm going to post it in the Discord. I was hoping to get that done just before I came on, but I'll do it now just after. But yeah, this thing goes directly from, the wall to charge the batteries, and then goes straight out to the 12-volt DC that you feed into your routers and whatnot else. Now, I'm sure many have created their own solutions and stuff like that, but this comes nicely prepackaged and very neat. Even has USB connections, so if you want to power other things that might be related to that, you can drive those things, and it's really neat. I trust a friend immensely because I've been using their stuff now for like 4 years, and it's unbelievably durable. Just like crazy stuff, like really crazy durable. So, I gotta get that stuff plugged in. I got it all charged up, but seems like not. I need to force downtime to get this stuff plugged in. I mean, it's only going to take 5 minutes, but still, it's like I keep doing things that are the network. So, hi. So anyway, back to net control, KC3VIU, back to KG7, where I'm up.
Alright, 1 second, folks, while I deal with the parrot. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Alright. Alright, I took care of it. Somehow my Zello bridge screwed up and it was parroting transmission, so I got that reset and now it's good. Alright. Thank you for your check-in, Phoebe, and we'll toss it straight over to Kilo 7 November Lima November from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, there was a Kilo 7 station. I believe those suffix was November, Lima, November, but I could be wrong. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
I have a KK7NWU connected to the Pride conference. I don't know if it's them, but if it is, might be having a multitasking and focus switching problem with the space bar again.
Oh no, what? Definitely no. We've already had NWU in there. There was another KK7 station, but I think they've gone. Alrighty, folks, we're at the bottom of the list. So, who else is out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need from you are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And you may also share us your pronouns. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar she her, standing by for any additional check-ins to the net.
This is Victor Kilo 2 Bravo Sierra Delta. Victor Kilo 2 Bravo Sierra Delta. Jakob in Sydney. I'll be IO just listening on the side, but hello as well to HRV and DEFCON. K7 OMO from VK2BSD mobile. Not mobile. I'm just in the habit of saying that. Whoops. VK2BSD.
Victor Kilo 2 Bravo Sierra Delta, got your in and out. Thanks for your check-in. Who else is out there wishing to check in? Do we have any additional check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, before we get started? I mean, before we continue.
Kilo Echo 8, Vic Papa, Jason, Kilo Echo 8, Vic Papa.
Okay, Kilo Echo 8 station, you were badly broken up, so I did not catch the rest of your call sign. Try again. There was a Kilo Echo 8 station. You were broken up. Could you try your transmission again?
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Victor Papa. Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Victor Papa. Name's Jason, he, him, Auburn Hills, Michigan, USA.
There we go. Got you down. Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Victor Papa. Got you down. I just forgot that for those of you who are on the TGIF connection, on the TGIF network, Top Group 2969, there is a ongoing issue preventing us from hearing you on that network. So if you are on that network and you try checking in and we cannot hear, and you're not going through, well, do know that there is a problem with that endpoint right now. So I encourage you to switch on over to either Free DMR Top Group 969 or Freestar System X Top Group, also Top Group 969. Free DMR and Freestar System X are the only two DMR networks that are fully operational at the moment. Alternatively, you can also set your DMR hotspot to DMR to YSF mode, and you can also get in that way. And the YSF room number for that is 85527. Alright, any additional check-ins before we continue? Alright, Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Victor Papa from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take it. Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Victor Papa from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take the mic. Alright, apparently that station is having some either network or radio issues, so we're going to get back with him in a while. Looks like we have Xanatex on the YouTube live stream waving a hello to us. Thank you for your hello on the YouTube live stream. Make sure you keep working on your ham radio license. VK3JED, we'll toss it back to you. KJ7OMO.
Yeah, okay, Kimberly, and yeah, just we might have another check-in soon. If they've come up on free DMR, and yeah, that's another thing. We did start that process last week, but yeah, haven't heard what the outcome of testing was. So yeah, that. And just confirmed we will get another check-in, but I'll leave them to reveal themselves. So, yeah, that's another thing to do. I did have the backup plan. That is still potentially doable, but we're going to try and fix it the proper way first, and the backup plan's there if nothing else works. And I don't know what that means in this context. I read about another check-in for those not listening. That doesn't quite make sense. Yeah, always something to do. As I said, work sort of taken over a bit. Being a little short-staffed means that, yeah, the money's good, but the times are not so good, and this week's going to be... yeah, this week's going to be a little bit of a logistical exercise to sort out. I've got a few constraints, and the timing's not great, and I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to do it all yet. Anyway, yeah, to those at DEF CON, enjoyed over there. I've never been to one myself, and it's interesting. It's the subnet of Net44 that I had to let through for myself and Yakov at least to join the net. So the number 31 is the number of the week. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JED.
Alright, VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. I forgot what I was going to say, so we're going to switch it. So we're going to toss it right back to Kilo 7 November Whiskey Uniform. KK7NWU from KJ7OMO. Alrighty, it looks like he disappeared, so we'll check him out for now, but he's welcome to check back in anytime. KC3VIU from KJ7OMO, tossing it straight over to you. Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India uniform from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Are you still out there, Phoebe?
Oh, my apologies. I must have missed my call sign. Yes. Yeah, it was very peculiar to hear my readback. Still going through some voice training and stuff, so I'm not entirely pleased with it, but it's not as awful as I once remembered. So, you know, it is what it is. And for the most part, I can compensate for it with other, you know, anyway, I'll just let that slide. Yeah, I was just playing around with some little gauge that lets me know when my water filter needs replaced. And I was messing with it, and I popped on my radio to listen, see if I could hear any activity with the thing, figuring it was probably doing some kind of radio emissions. And there must be some pretty good thunderstorms nearby, because the AM band is completely saturated, so it's a really bad time to be playing with, trying to do some EMC snooping with the AM radio. So, anyway, just silly nonsense. I'll go ahead and throw it back to the net control, and I'll be better prepared next time. This is KC3VIU, back to net control, KJ7OMO.
Alrighty, KC3VIU from KJ7OMO returning. No worries, it happens to the best of us. Alright, we're gonna check back in with Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Victor Papa and see if his radio issues cleared up. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Victor Papa. I apologize. I guess I'll check with you and see how my audio is. I was having some network issues earlier, but hopefully those are cleared out. So if I could get a quick signal report, I guess introduce myself.
Yeah, you are coming in just fine at the moment. A very slight packet loss in the end of your transmission, but that did not affect your readability. I copied 100%.
Well, thank you for that report, Kimberly. I just don't want to talk too much if a lot of my transmission is being lost. So, my name's Jason. I'm radioing in from Auburn Hills, Michigan. I'm actually connected to the VK2BSD Echolink node, and was just looking for some active nets, and found yours, thought it was interesting. So I'm a general class from the United States, and pretty new to radio, but I used to be a 911 dispatcher, so you know, talking on the radio is not entirely new to me. Just getting back into ham radio and seeing what kind of contacts I can make. All right, Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Victor Papa, clear.
Alright, KE8 Yankee Victor Papa from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Alright, I see you are connected into one of our members in Australia. That's probably one of the reasons why you're having a little issue. If you go to the PrideRadioNetwork.com website, that is PrideRadioNetwork.com, you will find a list of all of our connection endpoints on there, and of course we have our own official Echolink nodes, as well as a huge plethora of different connection ways that you can connect into this network. So be sure to check out prideradionetwork.com. Alrighty, and thank you for your check-in, and I'm assuming that you are clearing out of here. Alright, so I shall say 7-3. Already, we are at the bottom of the list. So, folks, if you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, all I need from you are your call signs slowly, twice, then phonetically, and you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, and I am standing by for any additional check-ins to the net.
KF4HZU, Kilo Fox 4, Hotel Zulu Uniform.
Kilo Foxtrot 4, Hotel Zulu Uniform, got you down. Who else is out there wishing to check in? Do we have any additional check-ins to the net before we continue? Very nice, and Xanatax, keep it up. You'll get there in no time. Don't worry, that did not transmit out onto the network. Alrighty, folks, don't forget, if you're not able to check in via voice, you can also check in via NetLogger, the YouTube live stream, Discord, Mastodon, my email, which is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, at gmail.com. You can also check in via WinLink. And if you happen to know my personal social media accounts, you can check in via there as well. Alrighty, folks, with that out of the way, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Hotel Zulu Uniform. Go ahead and take it, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Alrighty, thanks. I guess in the past I've just been in and out, but I heard a couple people sharing what they were doing, so I figured I'd go over what I've done today, since I had a fairly eventful ham radio day. This morning I got a friend of mine up on digital voice for the first time ever. He tried it out. He was able to check in. He's actually blind, and he was able to check into the Blind Hams Net this morning via DMR with his new hotspot that I set up for him and everything. And he really kind of enjoyed trying it out, since the only experience he's had previously with any kind of internet linking modes is Echolink. So got that done, and then later on in the day I got kind of an itch to replace my club's XLX reflector with URF instead, and that took about a half hour and finished that up. It's not set up for transcoding yet, but that is coming as soon as we can get one of the transcoding modules, which is waiting on me as treasurer to move money between banks, which is waiting on some other paperwork, which is waiting on the state of Florida. But anyway, that's been my ham radio day, which I haven't done ham radio in about a week, so it's been fun. And then I eventually got to help out Tony. Hopefully, two minds can meld together and solve your problems with TGIF. Going back to net. Yes, I am, Tony, using all of the modes, including USRP. Anyway, back to that. KF4HZU.
All right, KF4HZU from KHA70MO. All right, thank you for your check-in, and it sounds like you've had a lot of fun this week. All right, and congratulations on the blind ham being introduced to DMR and able to check in to a blind ham's net. All right, before we kick it up to the top, was there any other station wanting to check in? Conquer 3 Tango 3, welcome aboard. As for what book you should read, it would depend on where you live in the world. Alright, well, we have a third party from YouTube, Conquer 3 Tango 3, who waves a hello. And if you're not licensed, be sure you work on getting that. Alrighty, we're gonna shake that tree hard and shake it hard and hard and harder with the Tree Shaker 9000 Extreme Deluxe Tree Shaking Machine, and let's see if anybody else will fall off that tree and check into the net. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any additional check-ins. Conquer, I believe you could, oh wait, not I believe, sorry. You can definitely go to hamstudy.org and switch over to the Canadian version of the tests, and from there you could study on the Canadian ham radio license. And just so you know, if you get between if you pass between 70 and with a score of between 70 and 80%, all you're gonna get is very basic permissions. But if you pass with a score of above 80%, then you'll get basic with honors and have additional permissions and abilities on a ham radio. So be sure you study real hard and get that 80% or above score. And Xanatax is working on their Canadian exam, so you could probably get some additional resources off of them. Alrighty, it looks like we have no additional check-ins, so we're gonna toss it right back up to Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Yeah, okay, and nice to hear a few new call signs, and yeah, welcome to KF4HZU. Hopefully we can continue our troubleshooting that we started last week on DMR. So I seem to be collecting more problems than I'm fixing of late. Yeah, with this AMPA-RIP-D issue, the latest, where it goes through all the motions except for updating the actual routing table. I suppose I could always work around it and do that manually with a MUN script, because I've got the NCAT file. But yeah, I'd have to. That'd be a pain. Just a lot of parsing stuff, and yeah, it can be done, but yeah, it's sort of a last resort pain. Anyway, and yeah, I've also got to rejig a few other things. Yeah, lots of fun network. Anyway, yeah, looks like there might be more joint projects down the road. And yeah, I'm sure there's other things we could play with, and probably probably wouldn't be too much of a stretch to put this network on the IP tunnel as well. Yeah, I think that's doable. Yeah, have the appropriate bits listened in the appropriate spots, and yeah, I've certainly able to get in from private networks, so I don't see why I couldn't get in from the IP tunnel. As long as you've got a good path to me, it should work. So yeah, any RF endpoints that want to jump on could do that if they're running one of the high-speed networks. I was just thinking out loud. I better not think out loud too long. I might time something out. KJ7OMO with the group BK3JD.
For those of you on YouTube, I apologize for the mouse clicks. I don't yet have a filter for those, but if I ever do find an audio filter for those annoying mouse clicks, I'll certainly implement that into my streaming setup. VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Copy that. I don't have anything to say at the moment, so we'll toss it back to Kilo Charlie 3 Victor India Uniform from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
This is KC3VIU, baby. Yeah, I'm throwing out a hodgepodge of stuff this week. Yeah, looking forward to going to what is probably going to be the last Pride event for the summer here, next weekend. It's held up in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and looks to be a little bit bigger than last year. Last year I offered to volunteer because the woman who started the center was still there, and had been of great help to me in the spring. So she's like, "Can I count on you to help?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I got there like really early in the morning, and she said, "Okay, you know, like noontime or something. You know, your time is up if you want to go, and you know, you're free to go." And it's like, I really had such a great time helping out and seeing all the people that were coming in, and like people that I'd only seen virtually that I stayed, and I ended up staying. Well, I arrived at about 7:30, and then ended up leaving about 6:45 or something like that in the evening. So it made for quite a long day, but it was well worth it. But this time I'm going simply as a spectator, which is unique because generally speaking, I haven't gone to any prides without volunteering. So this should be interesting this way. And that's pretty much it for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and send it back. KC3VIU back to KJ7OMO.
KC3VIU from KJ7OMO returning. Alrighty, copy that. We'll toss it straight back over to Kilo Foxtrot 4 Hotel Zulu Uniform. Kilo Foxtrot 4 Hotel Zulu Uniform from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
Sorry, I was busy on Discord. I don't know why you're calling me. DF4H said you.
Oh, I must have missed that you were checked out or something. All right. Well, this is a roundtable rag chew, so we're gonna keep calling and calling and calling you until we're pretty much done. So, if you want to keep going on the roundtable, I'll toss it back to you.
Sure thing. I mean, I think I'm kind of doing the round table in your Discord here, but yeah, I'm obviously enjoying the Discord conversation, but yeah, looking forward to doing some collaboration with Tony and whoever else wants to fiddle around with digital modes and networking and stuff. That's all my jam. So I'm looking forward to it. Multitasking, yes, definitely. Anyway, back to that KF4HZU.
Alright, KF4HZU from KJ7 OMO returning. Glad you're enjoying the net. And VK2BSD on Discord has a little funny thing. The wheel, and I quote, "the wheels on the bus," but he stroked out "wheels on the bus" and replaced it with "operators on the net go round and round. The operators on the net go round and round." Oh, that is so funny. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's take a peek out at Radioland and let's see if we can get any additional check-ins. So if you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Feel free to share your pronouns as well if you like. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any additional check-ins to the net. Do we have anybody else out there that would like to check in to the net before we carry on? Alright, as a reminder to folks, if you're not able to make it via voice, you can also check in via the YouTube live stream, via NetLogger, WinLink, Discord, Mastodon, email. You can also email your check-in at kj7omo@gmail.com, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar @gmail.com. Did I mention WinLink? If I didn't, you can check in via WinLink as well. And if you happen to know my personal social media accounts, you can check in via that as well. Alrighty, back to the top of the list, where we go round and round and round in circles. Where do we stop? Nobody knows. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record playing round, 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 or however the song goes. VK3JEDKJ7OMO. I'm being silly.
Yeah, well, we've got to have a bit of fun every now and then, and how's that for a switch? Yeah, between Discord and the net itself. Yeah, it's a bit like Yakko, most of the nets I've been on have been round table. Some of them limited round, like 3 is a common number, 2 or 3. Some of them are just round and round and round and round, like this way. Brainwormy or earworm. So there, we've all got a bit of dead or alive in our head. Yeah, spinning around like an MP3 doesn't quite work the same way, the modern equivalent. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. All I can say is I'm never going to give you up, let you go. Sorry, I couldn't resist, and I didn't sing it. So I'll leave you with that one for this round. KJ7OMO is a group, Big K3JD.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Yes, Rickrolled. You just got Rickrolled. You got Rickrolled by the two of us. You got Rickrolled by Tony, and now you've got Rickrolled by me. So, there you go. Oh my goodness, the fun that we have on this net. Alright, moving on to KC3VIU from KJ7OMO.
KC3VIU. This is CB. Yeah, I was going to start singing the song Spinning Wheel from like the 70s. Spinning wheel, got to go round. But I thought, hang on, we'll do something else. And I wanted to mention that I've played some games with some friends on Discord, like Jackbox games, and they quickly realized that I had the Siri set up in my house with the HomePod, mini HomePod, and I would ask her to turn on different lights and things like that as I was playing the game, so I could keep the lighting up in the place. And they quickly realized that they had full access to my system. So the one day they said, "Hey, and I can't say it otherwise, she will. Play Never Gonna Give You Up," and I'm like, "Oh my God, it just got rickrolled from people halfway across the United States." And in my own home, they rickrolled me. Oh, that was awesome. That's like, you're among good friends when they can do that to you. At any rate, I'm going to start giggling now, so I'm going to send it back to Matt. KC2, yeah, you're back to KJ7.
And now you just got rickrolled by from down under and again from across the United States on the radio. How about that? Oh boy. Captain, should I go ahead and send the rickroll signal to the hailing to the board ship hailing us? KF4HZU from KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it.
I'm afraid to key up because there might be singing.
Alrighty. Apparently, we have some singing going on in their house, so we're gonna check back with KF4HZU in a while. Check back in with them in a while. All right, we're at the bottom of the list, so do we have any additional check-ins to the net? Please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Any additional check-ins? Do we have any additional check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? Don't be shy. Pick up your mics and say hi to us. And spit out your call signs, of course. Hi, hi. I'm not sure what's going on with those amateur subspace relays, but we're gonna have to send someone out to fix them. Hopefully the Klingons didn't blow them out again. VK3JED from KJ7OMO, over to you.
Yeah, I think I spent most of that last round laughing, actually. Yeah, the subspace relays, I just posted, I think there's a ruffle lock, because everyone's rolling on the floor laughing, listening. So, yeah, not much going across the air. And, yeah, I've put KF4HZU on notice that they're drafted. You can run, but it's not going to do you much good. Yeah, at least you've got to be puddle in the way. That'll slow things down a little, I guess. Yeah, no, it's all good fun. Sort of coincided with some really free time. So, yeah, it's worked out really. It's typing away as well, I noticed. So, yeah, got to have a bit of fun. And, yeah, a good way to chill out on a Sunday afternoon here. The sun's out, the sky's blue. Not super warm. Yeah, looks like Pete needs FTP, the Food Transfer Protocol, to download something. And on that silly note, back to net KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Well, I have one thing to say about the one you drafted. We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to your own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile. KC3VIU from KJ7OMO, over to you.
You have connected to a Styx-Link node, an Echolink application for the Linux operating system. For more information, go to svxlink.sourceforge.net.
KC3VIU, did I just get Borg rolled? Maybe I mean, given the choice, I'll take a shrimp. I would like to be shrimp rolled. but maybe spring holes would be nice too. I don't know. But especially if you have the plum sauce. Anyway, I'm just going to keep on being silly and go ahead and send it back to Net Control. KC3VIU back to KK7 OMO.
Alright, KC3VIU from KJ7 OMO returning. Not a problem. KF4HZU, who has been assimilated KJ7 OMO. Go ahead and take it if you can.
We are bored. KF4HZ.
Alright. Alrighty. Well, the assimilation has been successful. Alright. Well, at least our board collective, we still get to maintain our sense of individuality and freedom. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so who else is out there wishing to check in? Please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And feel free to share your pronouns as well. Come on now, there's gotta be some more folks out there. Normally there is. Anybody, anywhere, if you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, feel free to come down with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and we'll get you down on the log. Alright, well, if you can't check in via voice, feel free to check in via NetLogger, YouTube, the YouTube live stream, WinLink, Discord, Mastodon, and email. By emailing, you can also email me your check-in at KiloJuliet7, Oscar Mike Oscar, at gmail.com. Back to you, Tony, VK3JED from KJ7OMO.
Yeah, okay. So I've had the advertisement on the link, and yeah, all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. Yeah, and yeah, we've got one running and a few sort of debating what to do about the ad, and that reminded me of SVX link, that, or actually an SVX reflector. Is something I was looking at interfacing to the system at some stage. It's doable with the German fork of SVX link. The German fork has USRP support, so it will bridge directly into the heart of the network, and we can assimilate that as well. And the SVX reflector is quite cool. It's got talk routes, so a little bit like being a DMR master. You can have all sorts of talk routes, so we can have 969 for the Pride network, and I can put M17 on 9517, and yeah, plenty of others. Another protocol to play with. and it's all open source. I think that'll use the Speaks codec, I think, and then that opens up other things. You can actually have permanently linked repeaters using the remote base stuff and the voting and simulcast, and yeah, SVX Link's quite powerful. I played with it about 5 or 6 years ago on my systems and loved it, but the USRP fork was out of date then. It has since been updated, so time to revisit. You got me thinking about another side project, some more containers going up. So yeah, something else to do, KJ7RMO, the group VK3JD.
VK3JET from KJ7OMO returning. I would love to take a look at that USRP fork of SVX Link. So if you could post a link to that into the Discord, that would be awesome. Because I wouldn't mind taking a look at that. KC3VIU from KJ7OMO, back over to you.
KC3VIU. Yeah, in a rare kind of mode, I find myself without much to say. So, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to Net Control straight away. And just keep listening. KC3VIU, back to KJ7OMO.
Alright, not a problem. Kilo Foxtrot 4, Hotel Zulu uniform from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Well, it seems from my understanding I'm going to have to talk for several hours to get the link from Tony. So I'll just go ahead and key up for as long as I possibly can until everything times out. Anyway, yeah, I'm definitely interested in that as well. I've been playing with this kind of stuff, and where is that? Put it in here. Yeah, here we go. I have this here, posting in the Discord, sitting in my office, waiting to be turned on and linked to all the things as a test, which this is the same model, for those of you not on the thing or needing a picture, what do they call it? You know, the extra text thing. Anyway, whatever. It's late. The pictures of Motorola Quantar repeater. This is what we use for our analog/P25 repeaters here in Tampa Bay. And so this is a spare one that we have, and I'm testing out a whole bunch of new digital modes and ways of linking them and so on, and essentially proof of concepting everything, and then once it's all figured out in what's equivalent to a lab with this pictured one, then I'll be implementing it on the production ones that are actually up at the two very tall buildings, the tallest of which is a little over 600 feet tall. Coverage around here. Anyway, back to that. KF4HW.
Alright, it looks like your constant blabbering on the air worked as Tony magically shared the link onto the Pride Radio Group Discord. And for those of you listening who aren't part of that Discord, and you want to be part of it, all you have to do is sign up for a free membership at prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group, and they will get you on in there as soon as they get around to going through the list of signups. Don't worry, they're fairly quick at doing that. Within a day or two after you sign up, you'll get the invite. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so I know I sound like a broken record, but we gotta try and get some more check-ins into the net. So if you'd like to join the conversation and have your call sign on our net check-in log list thingamajiggy, all I need for you to do is to spit out your call sign slowly twice and phonetically. And you may also include your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I am taking in any additional check-ins for the net. We'll spin you right round like a record. Freaking Tony at it again on the Discord. We'll spin you right round like a record. Any additional check-ins to the net before we keep going? I might try and, one of these days, the next time I am practicing my DJing abilities. Yes, I am also a DJ, but I'm not, all that great at it yet, but I am getting better the more I practice DJing. But the next time I do a DJ set, I might try and create a mashup of We'll Spin You Right Round with Never Gonna Give You Up and see how that sounds. Alright, VK3JED, go ahead and take it, KJ7OMO.
Yeah, and just do the earworm bracket. No, now we've got 6 o'clock rock as well. So, yeah, they're all coming on. Anyway, both radios sounded alright. I didn't pay close attention, but nothing wrong with the cheapie either. Yeah, rocking around the clock and spinning around like a record and Never Gonna Give You Up. And next we'll be doing the bus stop and the time warp. Add some dance to it as well. Good thing we're not doing ATV. Could get rather embarrassing. And as you saw, I posted the link to the USRP fork, and I did start working on a Docker container, but I never got around to finishing the configuration, so that's on the thing to do. Anyway, KJ7OMO with the group, VK3JED.
VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Copy that. Thanks for the link. We'll check it out and might do a test implementation of it whenever I get around to it. Alright, we're gonna toss it back to KC3VAU, who is apparently doing the trans warp on Discord. Over to you.
KC3VAU, this is Phoebe. Yeah, my new roommate and I just do things like this back and forth. It's just, we really feed off each other like that. I mean, there's really like no limit to how deep we'll go with puns and stuff like that, and wisecracks and stuff. It's just, this afternoon we were going at it for a couple of minutes, and she's always just a little bit better than I am, which is both really, really great and really, really irritating, because I'm used to being the person who pulls off some of the worst puns. But I don't mind it. If I'm going to lose, let me lose to a class act like that. So, yeah, it just creativity just runs amok. Like, I've rewritten a lot of songs Weird Al style, and even taken some of his and rewritten them to different modes and stuff. So it's just like, yeah. But I do keep it toned down when I'm on the radio. So, at any rate, I thought I heard some thunder outside, so hopefully we're getting some decent rain soon. I'm going to go ahead and send it back to Matt KC3VAU, back to KJ7 OMO.
KC3VAU from KJ7 OMO returning. Well, I think I'll give you another one here. We are transmitting our signals out there, and we're indoctrinating, yes, we are indoctrinating children and adults into becoming ham radio operators and having fun on the airwaves. Hi. KF4HZU from KJ7 OMO, over to you.
We are still bored. KF4HZU.
Okay. Not a problem. We're at the bottom of the list, so who else out there would like to check into the net? Feel free to come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may also share us your pronouns if you like. Let's see if we could get some more people on the list here. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for additional check-ins to the net. Do we have any additional check-ins before we keep going? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We're still taking check-ins, folks. So if you'd like to check in, feel free to spit out your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically, and we'll get you on the list. And yeah, we'll get you into the conversation. Noted, Xanattax. And we have and it looks like KF48ZU is going to be bailing out. Thank you for hanging out with us, and 7-3 to you. And we look forward to hearing you again on the net. Any additional check-ins before we keep going? Again, folks, if you can't check in via voice, you're welcome to check in via the YouTube live stream by searching for my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. You are welcome to check in via NetLogger. You are welcome to check in via Discord. You are welcome to check in via Mastodon. You are also welcome to email me your check-in by emailing my check-in at Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar at gmail.com. KJ7OMO at gmail.com. And you may also check in via WinLink. That's another method you can check in as well. And if you know my personal social media accounts, you can also check in through that as well. With that out of the way, VK3JED, go ahead and take it back. KJ7OMO.
Yeah, okay. And the fun keeps rolling on. Yeah, and I'll probably be switching to text only fairly soon. You will probably put something else on to watch, and I'll be I should pull my finger out and have a look at SVX Link and see if I can get a reflector up. And yeah, that would be really good. So yeah, lots to do, lots of fun to be had. Yeah, and I live at the intersection between the nerd, the geek, and the jock. So yeah, I do. I would have normally been out the track training this morning, but just feeling I needed to have an extra day's rest with a busy week ahead. And now doing the tech geek stuff, playing with the radio and IP and all that sort of stuff. And the day's going to finish being a Star Trek nerd. So, yeah, talk about intersections, there's a big one. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go and largely listen on the side unless I have a comment, and I'll sort of start playing around on the computer again and watching the Discord chat going past at the moment as well. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Copy that. Probably gonna wind things down as well if we don't get any additional check-ins. But before we do that, KC3VIU, go ahead and take it, KJ7OMO.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because, yeah, I was just going to say that since it does seem to be winding down and the record is spinning slower, I think I will also go on standby, sort of a passive standby, and wait to see if we get any additional people. But mostly I was thinking that I would just give you the, let you go ahead and take the rest of the evening to yourself. So I don't know that it's been voiced, I imagine it certainly has been. I don't know that I recall doing it, so I'm going to take the opportunity now and say thank you very much for running the net, and I'm going to go ahead and do like the more or less standby thing. So back to the net control, KC3VIU, back to KJ7. OMO.
Alrighty, not a problem, PB. Thank you for hanging out with us, and 3373 to you, and also 73 to Tony and the rest. Well, folks, looks like we're going to wind things down. But before we do, any additional check-ins to the net before we shut it down? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any additional possible check-ins.
And for NYX with comment, just reminding anyone from the DEF CON crowd that we've got it on the frequency. If you're hearing this, you're already on the 147 420 frequency. It is simplex, and 136.5 hertz is the tone. If anyone else is tuned in at the end of the net here, would be glad to have your names down, and we'll see. We'll toss that back to net control and for NYX.
Alrighty, and for NYX, thank you, from KJ7OMO. Do we have anybody else wishing to check in before we shut the net down? But if we get more chickens, then of course we'll keep going for a little bit. Anybody else out there wishing to check in before I shut it down? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for additional check-ins to the Worldwide Pride Net. Is there anybody else out there wishing to check in? Please come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alrighty, folks, last call for check-ins. If you'd like to be part of this net, come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically, and we'll put you down. This is the last call. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for final round of check-ins. Alrighty, well, looks like that's it. It's nothing but crickets out there. Do we have any additional final comments from stations previously checked in?
KC3VIU. I just want to quickly say, for what I posted online, the hams check in, but they don't check out. I don't know if anybody remembers that raid commercial from the U.S. Yeah, 73 and 33 to all. And this is KC3VIU clear back to KJ7 LMO.
Alright, 33 and 73 to you as well. Any additional final comments before I shut it down?
KK7NWU here. I just want to thank you for the most fun net I have ever heard and participated in. Thank you so much. Back to net control.
Alright, you are so welcome. Glad that we were a source of fun and entertainment. Yeah, we're definitely not like those nets that are typically held by old folks out there. We tend to have a lot of energy to our nets. Alright, any additional final comments? Alrighty, folks, that concludes our net for the day. Thank you all for participating and bringing fun to the airwaves. I would like to express gratitude to the Waverley Amateur Radio Society in Sydney and the team behind the VK3RBO repeater for allowing us use of their systems to relay this net. I also would like to give special thanks to the folks at the DEFCON 31 Ham Radio Village for setting up their node to relay our net as well. And of course, for network contributions, special thanks to VK3JED and VK2WAY for helping set this network up and making, this net possible. For those of you who are interested in connecting with us, and, making use of our repeater systems when we're not around, and visit PrideRadioNetwork.com. That is PrideRadioNetwork.com. Once again, PrideRadioNetwork.com for connection information to our network. And if you would like to join the Pride Radio Group Discord and also be a member of the Pride Radio Group, for that, go to prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. Once again, prideradio.group. I now release all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their regular amateur radio use. Thank you once again, and 7-3 to everyone from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. We'll stand by a bit for any possible afternet, but if not, we'll shut the live stream down. Alrighty, YouTube, it doesn't look like we'll have an afternet party, so I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell. And by the way, thank you for hanging out with us. I'm going to go ahead and shut things down now. 7-3 to everybody from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. And we will be clearing off of YouTube.